What's up, guys and gals? Welcome to the Nerdcast for weekly indie newcomer. As you can tell, I didn't have anything lined up this week, and so I figured I would give you my first thoughts on Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which is a game that I've been playing a lot in my free time. If you don't know what Binding of Isaac is, that would be amazing, but I'll go ahead and explain it just in case you haven't heard of it. Binding of Isaac was a really popular roguelite that was developed probably 4 or 5 years ago. It's been out for a while, and this is the sequel to that game. Now, it's pretty much the same game, but they've added a whole bunch more stuff. The animation is better. They've added these little cartoony segments in between to sort of fill out the storyline. Basically, they've just made a lot of simple changes, but a big pile of simple changes to the game to make the entire experience more enjoyable. And so let's get on with the game. I'm going to use my file that I'm playing on my own on my side and also on my stream. I've unlocked every character except for Judas. Haven't gotten around to Judas yet. I like Cain the best, but every character plays a little bit differently. They all start with different stats. They all start with different items. It's a huge game with all kinds of meta that goes into it. My embarrassing win streak is off over to the side of -4. It's weird. Whenever I stream this game, I beat Mom non-stop. Whenever I play by myself, I lose. I have no idea what causes that phenomena, but I'm going to assume that there's some weird shenanigans going on because people that go to the streams can attest. I almost always win on my streams, and I almost always lose when I'm all by myself. Very strange, very strange. I'm going to go with Cain because he's my favorite. Cain starts out with a little bit less health, but he starts out with the luck foot. What that entirely entails, I don't know. I'm not an aficionado of this game like some people are, although I do know some of the items at this point. In my 10 hours of play, I have memorized some of the items, so hopefully I'll be able to explain things at least a little bit better. But this is how the game functions. If you don't have a gamepad, I wouldn't recommend... The keyboard controls are WASD and the directional arrows. The directional arrows will let you fire in the 4 cardinal directions, and then WASD will help you move your way around. I have to play this game with an Xbox controller. I just have to. I like it better that way. I played the first game with an Xbox controller. I played this one with an Xbox controller. I just don't like having 2 hands on the keyboard. It's just weird. This right here is going to become embedded in my head, and it gives you knockback, and it also gives you a chance to stun the enemy. And so as you can tell, the game has kind of like a grisly, yet cute, dark sense of humor. I mean, this is definitely not a game for people who are easily set off their dinner or set off of their lunch. It's the kind of game that has a very dismissive tone towards religion, definitely has an opinion to give, but at the same time is an incredibly entertaining and streamlined game to begin with. There's a lot of things to like in this game, and so I think it attracts a lot of people. It attracts the statisticians, the people who want to min-max. It attracts people that like to memorize items, kind of collectible card game type people that just like to recognize things and share their knowledge of how all the various items interact with each other. And believe you me, the items do all interact with each other. The upgrades that I pick up from now on will stack with this initial item that I have rammed into my forehead aggressively. Oh, there's still an enemy here. It locks you in the room until you kill all the enemies. You got a map in the top right-hand corner of the screen. It's a speedrunner's wet dream. You've got your health at the top left-hand corner with the hearts. On the left-hand side, you've got bombs, keys, and coins. You spend coins, you blow shit up with bombs, and you unlock stuff with keys. Very self-explanatory. In this room, do we have any... I don't have any bombs, so it doesn't matter. But there are rocks in some of the rooms that have X's on them, and if you blow them up, you get treasure. And it's pretty awesome. I'm going to ignore it then, since not. There's a giant pile of poo over here, and so I will break that because sometimes there's money in the poos in the early games. You kind of want to cry out all of the fires, you kind of want to cry out all of the poos, because you will pick up some early game coins and useful stuff along the way. The concussive thing makes them move a little bit slower. Like, it's not like a stun, but it makes them sort of wander around weirdly when you hit them with it, and then it also gives you a little bit of knockback from what I remember with this item. I've had this drop a couple times in the stream, and then this is also a prominent item in one of the challenges. That's right, this game has a load of challenge runs that you can do that stock you up with just a random set of items that all kind of fit a certain theme. This brick that's in my forehead, the ingot that's rammed in my forehead right now, is part of one called Head Injuries, I think. I gave it a run, and it was pretty challenging. I made it to the final boss, but I died during the final boss fight. I was a little bit disappointed about it when I did it. This game was popularized by Northernlion, among other people, where it became like one of those staples of their channels where there are people like Biznap, there are people like Northernlion who play this game non-stop on their channel and have made entire careers out of just playing Binding of Isaac and just memorizing the game, because there are hundreds of items in this game, and metagame knowledge of which items to pick at which points, it's actually really important. It's more important than you might think. If you have certain items, there are definitely other items that you want to leave behind. If you have this item, you don't want to take that item. If you have that item, you want to take this item. And so the entire game sort of revolves around whether or not you know what to take. Now, obviously, you can operate sort of randomly, and we're fighting a mini-boss right now. I think, I didn't see what his name was. I think he's, ow, I just got hit by a nasty little sucky weasel worm thing. A sucky weasel worm thing? That sounds like kind of a non-technical biologist term, but I guess it'll go for it. That's what you write down in your notebook when you first discover it, and then after that point, you come back. This is one of the mini-bosses of the game, of which there are many. You've got 4 horsemen, you've got the 7 deadly sins, you've got all kinds of random bosses that you can fight in between. They're interspersed. The 2 of clubs, I think, doubles the amount of bombs that I have, and so that's a usable item. You can see it listed at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, which actually my mouse is disabled right now. But we got a key out of there. The bottom right-hand corner, that's going to be usable items, so that's a one-time use item. The 2 of clubs will double the amount of bombs that I have one time only. So if I had 5 bombs, it would convert that into 10 bombs. There's also like a 2 of something that, or I'm sorry, there's like another card that doubles the amount of coins you have. The hearts one doubles the amount of hearts you have. So forth and so on. There's a ton of different cards. There's pills, as you can see right here, that you can use randomly. Speed down is what I got from the pills. The pills will have random buffs or random debuffs that will affect your stats, which are listed right here. You've got speed, you've got bullet speed, you've got attack damage, you've got range, you've got fire time, and so how long in between each tier that you fire, basically. It's essentially your refresh time on your tiers. And then finally your luck stat. I'm not doing those in any particular order. I'm just kind of reciting them as I know them. Let's unlock that room right there and we'll take a chance. I don't really have any money to buy anything, so typically if I was doing like a progression run where I was trying to accomplish this, that, or the other, I probably wouldn't have came in here because I have no money to buy anything, but I just kind of wanted to show off. There's stores. There's all kinds of random events in this game. There are branching paths. So at certain points in the game, you can do certain things that will determine which bosses you fight later on or which parts of the world you go to later on. We'll fight our first boss here. We got Dingle, our poopy friend. And so Dingle is actually, he's not super hard, but he's not a gimme like some of the bosses are either. There are definite bosses in the game that are total gimmies where you should not be concerned if you draw them because they're not that difficult. So Dingle summons little poos, he fires nasty little blood balls at you, and then occasionally he will fart himself across the room rapid style and like bounce around for a while, and you've got to kind of dodge around him. Now at the end of that projective attack, he will hang out. Oh, I barely dodged that one right there. I gotta focus on like, instead of focusing on talking right now, what I need to focus on is playing. So unfortunately, I may have to hang tight for a second. I would really, really hate to die this early on. He actually hasn't used his charge attack yet, which is a little bit strange. I need to focus on killing some of these little poos that he's spawning around because they're going to become a larger and larger issue as this goes along. There we go. They don't really do much. They just kind of bounce around, and if you run into them, you lose a little bit of health because apparently the fecal matter in this game is some kind of corrosive or I don't know. We've got some panties here, and that's Mom's underwear. Go ahead and put those on. That increases our range of our tiers, and you can see that it adds Mom's underwear to our character. And so as you can see, if you take a look, our range stat has been buffed, the one on the top right. And so we fire a little bit farther now. We've got full health. Everything's looking okay. I think Kane's luck foot, I think it just makes like you have a better chance of getting drops or something. I don't know. Somebody will correct me in the comments down below. That's one of the things I actually love about playing this game in my stream, is that people can help me along with their metagame knowledge. And so, oh my god, that was so knobbish. I can't believe that I just did that. On camera, no less. So now there's actual evidence as to my knobbishness. Still, the game is fairly forgiving on the front half, so not much to worry about right there. These flies split in half and just kind of chase you around the room. They're not that difficult. Apparently somebody pooped a penny, which means that they actually ingested it and then fired it out the other end. Doesn't sound comfortable, but I suppose among the things you can ingest, at least it's smaller, so that you don't have too much of a blockage when you fire it out the other end. There's lots of corn and legumes or something all inside there, and we've got a treasure room up to the top. So we'll go ahead and take that. We got the brass knuckles. I've never had this drop before. It looks like we get a tooth shot. Oh, we fire out a tooth every now and again. Okay, I don't know what that affects or if it changed anything. Well, I guess the tooth is probably... What does the tooth do? Let's play with it for a second. It looks like the tooth... Huh, we'll find out, I guess. Maybe the tooth hits a little bit harder. We will find out shortly. So my knowledge of the game is not necessarily so expansive. I know like the basic skill sets of the basic items that I have seen so far over the course of my 10 hours of play, but of course my knowledge is going to be vastly, vastly dwarfed by that of other people who play on the internet. Frankly, this is one of those games like Dwarf Fortress that I would strongly recommend you probably stay away from until you're really, really good at it on the internet, because it seems to be one of those games that attracts people that want to see like very, very skilled play. I had nothing lined up on the docket this week, so I figured I would invite you along to enjoy the game with me and just talk about what I do and don't like about it. And in fact, there's not a lot of things that I don't like about the game. The things that I don't like about the game are that I'm bad at it. That would be the thing that I dislike most about the game, is that I'm just terrible at it, and it seems to make me feel foolish a lot of the time. It looks like the tooth just hits really, really hard. It seems like the tooth is kind of a big ol' strike at the opening. Oh, look, there's one of those X stones I was telling you about over here. Let's go ahead and blow that open with our bombs. That's going to give us a soul heart, which is basically a temporary heart that takes damage before our red hearts. In addition to soul hearts, there are black hearts. The black hearts are damaged as they're damaged before your red hearts get damaged. That's what I'm trying to say, but I'm getting caught up on my words here. So the black hearts take damage before your red hearts do, and when you run out of black hearts, they explode, dealing a ton of damage to everything in the room. It's actually, having a stack of 3 or 4 black hearts is a majorly helpful thing. We got a Joker. I should have used my bomb duplication. I messed up. Let me duplicate my bombs now. I should have done it when I had 2 so that I could get 4 out, but unfortunately I'm a giant knob. The Joker teleports you, I think, to... Oh, okay, so it teleports you to a devil deal. So what this Baphomet room is, this is a devil deal. So this is actually kind of a major deal if you're trying to do certain things inside of the game. If you take a devil deal, you can no longer go to heaven as far as the game is concerned. So let's say that you beat Mom, who is the final boss, without taking any devil deals. You can then go to, I think it's the cathedral next? I don't know. Somebody will correct me down in the comments. Either way, taking a deal with the devil can be a good idea or a bad idea depending on what you're trying to do with your playthrough. The hearts that I just took don't count as a devil deal, but what'll happen is if I take Guppy's head right there, it'll cost me one of my red hearts permanently, so I will lose a red heart. So I'm not going to take Guppy's head because as of right now, our red hearts are not actually so well stocked out. If I was a little bit more pro, I would take it, but I'm not pro, and therefore I tend to fly around with a lot of hearts just in case. I tend to do these things where I have like really, really good runs, and then after I get hit once, I just totally implode upon myself, lose all my skills, and die like in the next room because I get flustered. But up until I take that first hit, I'm usually in pretty good shape. It's just the way that things go for me, I guess. We've got the Gurglings. So the Gurglings leave a little blood trail that's painful if you walk across it. They charge you, they chase you, and I think additionally they occasionally spawn this, that, or the other. I would love it if we would fire a tooth at some point. We're actually in a really bad position right there, so I'm going to dig myself out. Luckily, we've got... There goes the tooth. So yeah, the tooth looks like it just does a ton of damage, and that's all that it does. So watch out for the trails down there. The new version, I think, comes with a colorblind mode, so that people that have trouble seeing red colors... So for I've talked to a number of people that had a lot of trouble in this game because everything has kind of a red tinge, and maybe you don't know this, but red and green are colors that people typically have trouble seeing. There are different sets of colors that people have trouble seeing, but red and green are very common ones. That right there is a box. It's going to drop a bunch of things. Beyond that, I'm not sure what it does. I found pills. Don't know what that did for me. That's one of the random events that I'm not sure of. We got a whipworm right there. No idea what that does. That's going to be a trinket. You can only have one trinket equipped at a time. They all vary and change the gameplay around a little bit. Unfortunately, on this run, we appear to be getting a giant item set of things that I've never seen, which I played this game like 5 times before I went to record this. I got all items that I'd seen before, and it goes to figure that the first time that I go to put this on the internet, I'm going to get a bunch of items that I don't know what they do. Oh, it's Guppy's head again. So we're not going to take the devil deal. That's a devil door. You get them occasionally. There are items that increase the frequency of getting devil doors. So for example, you have a stat that's invisible called evil, and you also have a stat that's invisible called faith. If you have more faith, you're more likely to get angelic rooms. If you have more evil, you're more likely to get devil deals. All of them can play into your gameplay strategy depending on what you're trying to accomplish. This room that I'm in right now is an arena. It's got a bunch of chests in it, and as long as you don't open a chest, you don't have to fight anything. But if you open a chest, then you've got to survive a couple waves of monsters, which in the worst case, it can be a bunch of mini-bosses. In the best case, it'll just be a bunch of random mobs that end in a mini-boss, or you may not get a mini-boss at all. It's sort of random what you get, but the further into the game you are, the worse it's going to be. These little guys right here will devolve into meat, and you have to destroy them before they respawn, which can make them a little bit troublesome if they're packed into a room with a bunch of other stuff. Now we've got a bunch of floating heads here that are moving around, slightly less destructive than talking heads because they don't disseminate idiotic propaganda into the air. However, given my choice, I suppose I'll stick with these. That's going to be the end of the room. We're rewarded with a key. Let's open up that chest. It's going to give us a red pill. And we got, are you a wizard? And so, are you a wizard has now made it so we fire in a diagonal direction, which is actually going to be kind of disruptive to our playthrough. The Two of Hearts is going to double our health if we get a little bit low. This is actually slightly strange for me because I'm not used to playing outside of the cardinal directions. This guy right here, we've actually got to blast him while... Oh, we got a gold key. A gold key allows us to unlock anything from now on. For the remainder of the floor, it's free keys. Basically, we can open any door without costing us any keys. It's a good thing. I feel like this diagonal shot here... Oh, it went away. Okay, so apparently Are You a Wizard is temporary. So that's good. I was actually getting a little bit panicky about the way that the rest of the game was going to go, but there's a whole lot of skill sets that go into this game that you don't think about. So for example, you can curve bullets like that. You can give them a slight angularity when you move up and down, and that's actually a skill that you need to learn because there are going to be certain enemies that you cannot attack from a cardinal direction. You need to curve a bullet into them in order to survive. There's a bunch of skills. Also, you might note that the bullets inherit the inertia that Isaac already has, and so you can fire a bullet at faster speed if you're moving in that direction, which could be helpful in certain situations as well. So like all kinds of things to think about. This room is actually going to be a little bit hectic because we got things that actively search us combined with things that actively just bounce around the room off the wall. Oh, those explode too. To add insult to injury, they all explode. So that's fun. We have the chance of losing a lot of health in one sitting here if we don't play at a peak efficiency, or at least at a peak skill level. Luckily, our range allows us to line these guys up further than they lock onto you. So they only lock onto you when you get closer, so I can hit them from a long ways away and not have to worry about it. Another pill here. Let's take a risk. We got speed up, so that's going to help us recover the speed that we lost earlier in the run. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll whittle these guys down slowly. They're not going to behave well. I actually really like the ingot that you ram into your head because that stun that it gives is actually really useful for a lot of the future encounters. It works against bosses, it works against everything. I call these guys boners, and this is going to be one of those situations I was talking about where you really don't want to fight them from a cardinal direction because their projectile is quite speedy. You kind of want to curve a projectile around the rock if you can to keep yourself safe because they can't fire in diagonal directions. However, my skills are weak, and so unfortunately this may take a little bit longer than I'd like it to and be a tad more embarrassing than I'd like it to be. Let's continue off to the right over here. I hope you guys enjoy this little mini-series. I know there's a lot of Binding of Isaac fans out there, and it was my intent to play this game on the channel maybe once I have like 100 hours of experience. This over here is going to give us a poison bomb and 5 bomb. No, it's never mind, it's Bob's. I've got it mixed up with another one. There's 2 little green head things that you pick up, and you'll forgive me for bumping my mic right there. There's 2 items that look reasonably similar. One of them gives you 5 bombs, and they become poison bombs. One of them is Bob's severed head, which if you use it right here, I'll show it to you the next time we have an opportunity to use it. You can actually throw it at something and it blows them up. So there's Bob's severed head. Now it takes a little while to recharge. I think 3 rooms is how long Bob's severed head takes to recharge. But it is a nice item because it gives you infinite bombs, which is kind of a major boon to your gameplay. Most gameplays that I have, I either have no keys or I have no bombs or I have no money. And it seems to differ. It's very rare that I have a run where I have more than I need of everything. I'm going to try and stay away from these little nasty gits because they blow up. We saw them in a previous room, as you might recall. As I said, I'm going to try and explain this game as though you've never seen the game before, and I understand there's going to be a lot of people in the crowd that have probably played hundreds of hours of this game because it is a very popular game. Over here, we've got another room. This right here allows you to donate coins to unlock stuff for your future playthroughs. This game is absolutely ridiculously chock-a-block with things to unlock that make the game more and more complicated and more prone to metagame knowledge. I'm hoping I can kill that poo before he charges me, and I got lucky right there. That was dumb, blind luck that he died when he did because I should have taken a hit right there. Definitely should have taken a hit right there. Instead, the gods of gameplay mechanics decided to be merciful, which is fun. I like it when they're merciful. Go ahead and crack that chest open. We'll get ourselves a heart and I think a key drop. I don't know. I'm already brain farting out. Got ourselves a black coin or a nickel from one of the poos up here, which is pretty sweet. I guess we'll fight the boss as it stands right now. We got Chub, and so I'm going to throw a bomb at Chub so that we can start the battle out with a poison bomb, which is going to be helpful. Chub is actually kind of a gimme boss too. He spawns these little worms around, but by and large, he just charges you if you're in a cardinal direction from him. So he's not that bad. He's not that bad. There are other bosses that I don't like getting. For example, there's a boss fight that has 2 big spiders that hop around called... I don't know, they've got some creepy Exorcist sounding name and they totally suck and I always die when I fight them. Well, I beat them, but I lose a lot of health, which is the same thing as dying in this game. If you're not skilled, losing your stockpile of health early is a little bit disappointing. So there it is. We've taken out Chub. We've got Mom's high heels. I think those increase our... I thought they increased my speed, but I guess they increase the range of my shots. Okay, we've also got an angel room in here. And so we've got 2 soul hearts. I'm sorry, not soul hearts. We've got... I guess they're called blessed hearts or something like that. I'm not totally squared away on the terminology. What they do is if you collect 2 of them, you get a brand new red heart, and if you have 1 of them, if you can make it to the next floor without losing that half of a white heart, you will then get another heart as well. So it kind of works the same. If you've got 2 of them, you can get your heart now. If you've got 1 of them, then you've got to be skillful until you get to the end of the level, and then you'll get your heart at the end. I'm gonna buy the ladder over here in this room because we have the cash for it. The ladder allows me to cross single gaps like these right here. So you see that right there? You can't cross double gaps, but it'll allow you to get across single gaps. And in my experience, that should allow me to get a lot of extra stuff. It looks like there may be a secret room right here. I'm gonna check. Yeah, there's a secret room. If you're wondering how I was able to tell that, if you look at the map right now, any location, so the lit up one with the coin is where we are, any location that's blank but faces several rooms, you've got an increased chance of there being a secret room over there. So by chance, there may be a secret room over in the treasure room to the left as well. In fact, there's a very good chance that there would be one over there. Obviously, you're risking a bomb, but if you've got a bunch of bombs like I do, it's not necessarily too big of a risk, so maybe I'll go check. You can also blow up the mushrooms, and occasionally you'll get mushrooms with various effects on your gameplay. There's actually not a secret room right there, so while it gives the intention that there might be, I don't know if maybe you can only get 1 secret room per floor. Once again, my metagame knowledge is failing me right here. I'm limited in only having played about 10 hours so far. Down we go to the next floor. And we are now on Catacombs 2. He's out of TP right there, and so he's gonna weep and cry. That's definitely a roommate foul right there. If you fail to refill the TP, I may want to bruise you and kill you. And so you can see how the ladder can help in situations like these. These are little spooge blossoms that they fire like this white fluid all over the place that slows you down and injures you if it hits you in flight. It's no fun. Unfortunately, we aren't doing a ton of damage right now, so my preferred gameplay, we have like these jihadi elephant men down here that are really trying to take us out and are now being lamented by their friends who spit spiders all over the place. You can get that as a power in case you wanted to later. You can get the power to spit spiders all over the place. There's a bunch of spider related powers. There's one that makes spiders spawn when you kill stuff. There's one that makes spiders spawn when you get hit. In fact, there's a couple variations of spiders that spawn when you get hit. Some better than others. There's also a couple variations of flies, but we don't have those items right now, so I guess I'm just going to reference them and then walk away sort of half-heartedly. Right there. Oh, I barely dodged that one. That probably should have been a hit. These rooms filled with spikes tend to leave me a little bit flustered when I deal with the enemy, but we're doing okay right now. Let's go ahead and run through there. I'm going to unlock this room, and that's going to be one of the astrological signs, Aries, and so it's going to give us ramming speed. Not sure what that entails. I've never had Aries before. I've had Cancer, I've had Virgo, I've had the twins, I've had a number of things, but this is unfortunately yet again one of the ones that I haven't had. Leo lets you crush rocks, Cancer does something and gives you crab claws. It's a bunch of random stuff. I've never had Pisces yet. There's a couple missing that I've never had, but I think this probably makes it so that I hurt people if I ram them. Yeah, okay, so it allows me to run through stuff. That's what my guess was. I risked a little bit of health right there to find out, but that actually will become helpful later on. Mom's Pearl emanates purity. I'm thinking what that might do is it may increase the chance of us getting the white hearts that you get from the Jesus rooms normally. The whipworm, I'm not sure what it does, so I'd rather take something that I know what it does rather than something I don't know what it does. This sort of, or at least something that I can hazard a guess. These little green guys will vomit those explosive grenade things at you, which do a lot of damage. Don't get hit by those. That's my advice. Don't get hit by anything in this game, but some things are better to get hit by than others. And these would be one of the ones that you really don't want to get hit by. Now, if you're especially talented, you can trick those into blowing holes in the walls and blowing up rocks. I, unfortunately, am not talented, so yeah, there's no use for that right now. That's going to give me a fortune-telling machine, which I'm promptly going to blow up for soul hearts. It's not going to give me soul hearts, though, so oh well. We've got Greed right here. I don't remember Greed being that bad. I think he just vomits. Okay, so he summons little dudes at you. But the nice thing about Greed is that I think he drops a bunch of coins after we kill him. I think he also drops coins when he injures you. And so as you can see, I'm getting flustered. After I get hit the first time, I always get flustered. And so you can assume that I'm going to get hit a couple times shortly thereafter. So every time we get hit, he drops a bunch of coins. So actually, if you're a skillful player, you might intentionally allow him to hit you a few times so that you can replenish your cash. If you're not like me... Wait, what's going on here? I think I was a little bit confused about where I was positioned on the map. These bats charge you, and so you really don't want to get... I don't know what I was doing right there sitting still. For some reason, I decided to stop and think about it after I blocked her, after I dodged the first group. And so, unfortunately, I ended up taking a hit I shouldn't have taken. Like I said, I get flustered when I play this game after I take the first hit. And that's that. Ow, I sabotaged myself, and in fact, I may have wounded myself worse right there. Lemon Party! So that little pill right there makes me piss all over the place. Lots of humor to be had in this game. If you liked this series, I can go ahead and I can render out my streams. They are not safe for work, as those of you who come to my streams will know. I don't censor myself while I'm streaming because I consider that to be my off time. I don't keep it within the theme of the rest of my videos. But if you really, really liked this playthrough, what you can do is let me know down in the comments, and I can upload some of my more successful runs, most of which involve Azazel because he's easy mode. But I have one with Cain, I have one with Isaac, I have one with a couple of different people. So this guy's got a mask, you gotta hit him from behind. He does turn around somewhat randomly, which can be a little bit dangerous. Troll bomb right there, so we'll dodge that. But yeah, if you liked this playthrough, it's not a ton of trouble for me on one of my days off to go through and just sort of render out. This boss is also kind of a gimme. He bounces around slightly, although what he does is he refracts off whatever wall that he hits, or reflects, I guess. The problem is that if I stun him with my concussive blow, it sort of fundamentally reshapes his trajectory, and so that leaves him being a little bit less predictable for a while. But yeah, he should be pretty easy to dodge, all things considered. He doesn't really vary his trajectory at all to try and grab you. He leaves poos around. I don't think he bounces off the poos like the other boss does. The other boss's name is... I don't remember. Go ahead. I can already smell the rage coming from the comments right now that I don't know the boss's names, but we got the Jesus Juice, and so that's going to give us damage and range up, which is a good thing, because I find that the success of my runs is heavily dictated by the fact that I forgot that I had the Bob Severed Head. Well, damn. Over here we got a Devil Deal. I don't think the chest counts. It's got Guppy. And so we got the Dead Cat, which gives us 9 lives, but it lowers our health down to 1, as you can see from right there. So, technically, it kind of gave us 9 hearts, but it made our game a little bit more difficult. If I really wanted to live on the edge right here, I could take this little guy, who fires a laser, as I recall, or I could take this little guy right here, who I think occasionally spawns a worm, I think. I could be wrong about both, though. There's a lot of little pits that look similar. I'm going to leave them behind for right now, because I'm bad at the game. And in that situation, I find that I tend to not spend hearts like some more aggressive, more cavalier players would, who know the game a bit better, and in fact are better at playing the game. Lots of hearts laying around, so if I take any damage, I can restore my health fairly easily. Bunch of worms in here, but as our damage gets higher and higher, the damage of our tooth included, we should be able to kill things quicker and quicker and quicker. So at this point, what I would hope to find, what I would really, really hope and pray to find is something... Oh, I messed up right there. The ladder sort of sabotaged me a little bit, unfortunately. Well, does that do 1 full damage, or what goes on here? So we got a bunch of pills. That one's speed up, so I'll take that one. This one's random. We got Pretty Fly, which means that we have a little fly that follows us around for a little bit. I don't think that'll kill me. And the plan right there was that I could go back to one of these rooms with a heart and replenish my health. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit low on some things. Over here we've got another pill. It's going to be luck up, so luck increases your chances of getting random drops and things. It's the 4-leaf clover, the 3-leaf clover right there. it increases your chances of getting various drops that you will probably want. Chances, it affects everything in sort of random ways, so better chance to get more stuff from chests, better chance to get stuff to drop from poos. Basically, it modifies the gameplay slightly in your favor. It makes you gamble a little bit better if you have one of the gambling vendors. Does all kinds of good stuff. Does all kinds of good stuff. I think we've got Mom up. Do we have Mom next? I don't know. Maybe we do or don't. I don't know. We've cleared this room, so whoever's up next, hopefully it's not anything too sinister. Got Depths 1. Maybe Mom is after Depths 2. Oh, okay, and so we got some fun little critters over here that we get to deal with. I think the best way, we can't kill those skulls that are flying around, in case you're wondering why I'm not shooting at them or dealing with them. Instead, what I might suggest, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I sort of wanted to throw a bomb into the middle of all this, and technically I could drop a bomb manually in the middle of all these guys, which I think might be a good plan. But then I'll take a hit right there because I'm a giant noob. I'll almost take a hit right there. And, the skulls block my fire, so unfortunately... There we go. And they should die after that goes down. The red patch has a chance to... I think the red patch makes it so that every time I kill an enemy, I deal more damage. I think... This room is going to be a room where Mom's hand falls out of the sky. And then if it hits you, it'll deal a little bit of damage, and it teleports you back to the beginning of the room. So there's that. I usually take the ladder when I find it if I don't have flight, so that I can get into these little rooms and just slowly accrue useful items over time. But that's just my preference. Different people play the game very, very different ways. That's a key beggar. If you give him enough keys, he will gift you with something nice. And it is a good item, but I'd rather keep my keys for right now. In this room, we've got a number of enemies that are not a big threat. So I'm going to go ahead and kill them off. Oh, he turned into a skeleton. Never mind. So that could have ended really badly had he fired a bone just like that at a bad time. There's a chance there's a secret room right here, and given how bad our health is, I'm going to give it a go. I should have used Bob's head for that, but what is this? Mom's wig. You feel itchy. Mom's contact has appeared in the basement. I don't remember what Mom's wig does. I think it spawns spiders or something. I don't remember. It may do something. There's a reason it feels itchy, and I think it's because it spawns spiders or something. This room, I'm going to take a chance and see if maybe I can fill up my health real fast. I think I was able to refill my health. We'll want to be careful about these little guys because they teleport around sort of terrifyingly, but my damage should increase. So the best term scenario is actually that we are very much built to handle arenas well, because every time we kill something, our damage goes up. We got a child's heart. I have no idea what that does. I think it might give us a better chance of picking up pets or buddies or something like that. Our little aborted fetus friends, I guess. I don't know. Isaac's brothers and sisters down in the dungeon. But yeah, we're built for arenas, so this should work out for us. Got a key out the other end. I actually really like the Rage Grows because what I find is a lot of the bosses spawn ads. The child's heart, I'm pretty sure, judging from the description, I don't know what it does for sure. No! Oh, new mistake. Okay, well, I guess he got one from me because I wasn't thinking and paying attention. But anyways, oh, we gotta deal with Mom in here too, so that's gonna suck. Yeah, there's Mom's hand right there. A couple of Mom's hands, in fact. Let's see if I can kill one to maybe save ourselves later on. And nope, we're gonna get grabbed and lose health. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to deal with the room again. The downside of it all. I'm just gonna try and stay mobile for now. Maybe DPS the hands so that I don't have to stay mobile for much longer, but you can see a statue, or I'm sorry, you can see a shadow, not a statue. You can see a shadow growing around your character when it's about to fall on you. So things to bear in mind while you're running around. I think there's one coming down right now. And so now, is there still one coming after me? No. So now we should be free to deal with these little bastards right here. These bony little turds. God, a bony turd sounds like it would be awful to pass. They always try and get in with like a certain range of you before they fire, and they won't reveal their inner squishy bits until you stop shooting and until you get a certain distance from them, which can make them actually pretty hazardous if you're not playing carefully. I can poison them, however, with the severed skull that we have, so that's cool. Poison's really nice in this game and can help you DPS pretty well. Let's just wait, and the room now no longer quite as complicated as it was before, is now a bit more survivable. Because there's so many rocks in this room, I am going to keep an eye out for X rocks. I tend to miss them a lot. Oh no. Yeah, so I could have told you that room was going to end poorly. Luckily, we get to res on the other side of the room, and if I bum rush it fast enough... God, that room is really, really hazardous. Yeah, that's a tough room for me. That's a really, really nasty room that I would actually try and bypass, I guess, considering I'm losing a lot of lives here. In the hope that maybe we would find some soul hearts or something to pad me out a little bit better before we attempt that room. Even the easy rooms, though, like I said, I get flustered. Even the easy rooms are going to start giving me trouble if I don't sit back and try and play a little bit better. There we go. Come on, buddy. Open up yo backside to me. Let me destroy it. Let me pound on it. These things in here, I don't know what they do, but those red fires definitely fire something at us. And since he's got a really, really good shotgun array going right now, I'm going to focus on one thing at a time, which is what I would very much recommend to you when you play this game. Just focus on one thing at a time when you reach overwhelming rooms. And then remember that we all started out somewhere, you know what I mean? Like, I try to remember that this is maybe my 10th run in the game, totally. So, that bearing in mind... Okay, so now this room's gonna be a little bit easier. Because A, they've all aligned themselves along one direction. There we go. Another speed up. Our speed is just going fantastically right now. This room is a mini boss. These things kind of break apart. I don't know, they're like gonads that are sewed together or something, and then they break apart into mini nuts. You'll see what I mean. See, they break apart into little like ball sacks that fly around the room. Like, it's hard to play this game without being crass because there are so many things, and that's why I make my episodes for Binding of Isaac on my streams anyways. I make them not safe for work. There's no point. A luck up I will definitely take. We've got Super Greed, which I've actually never seen before. So this is going to be something that I've got to learn to deal with as a brand new phenomena. Steam Sale, 50% off. So Steam Sale, what that's going to do for us is it's actually going to make items cost less as we run around the game. Since we've got the severed head, I'm going to blow up those rocks over there to get access to these coins. Blow that up right there. I don't know if I want to spend too many more bombs. But it looks like we're missing a room over here. Let's just have a little look here then. I don't know why he just died. I think it was my spiders or something did it. I would love to get another heart before we go further. But I understand if it does... they go kind of random once you hit them with the confusing thing. So actually, stunning these guys might be a really, really bad mistake. And I just barely got out of the way of that one. God. They do curve. Oh, you can ram them into each other. I never realized that. Okay. I probably still have the ram's horn thing too. I should probably make better use of that. Right? I thought I had the ram's horn thing. Maybe Mom's wig replaced it. I could be wrong. I guess we'll start over then. Stun them up a little bit. Look for openings basically, which is all you can do with these. There we go. Little opening right there. Big opening right there that unfortunately, since my bomb is on cooldown, I wasn't able to capitalize on. I would have thrown a severed head at it. I was already thinking about it, but just couldn't get it done. Some cash and a bomb. Hoping we come across a shop pretty soon because I would love to spend some of this cash making myself a little bit stronger. Ow. Got a key right there. Go back and grab that heart real fast. I would prefer not to do any rooms with... I prefer not to do a boss with one heart. I mean, I can do it. I just... Like I said, I get flustered. There we go, a soul heart. Give me a little bit more leeway. Can't get in right there without destroying the bomb. I think that one's worth it right there. So I'll destroy that rock. None of them have X's on it, but... Troll bomb right there, unfortunately. So we'll grab the freebie coins, we'll grab some of the freebie gear, and with one extra soul heart, I think this is a good... Let's do... Oh, the cage. Okay, I don't remember the cage super well, but... I don't think he's going to be too hard to handle. It depends what those do. Okay, so they vomit all over the place. So basically this is going to be a little bit of a timed race because as he spawns these, this room is going to get worse and worse and worse. Now, killing these off is probably a good plan too, because we get spiders when we kill things, so that's a plus. He's got a little seismic earthquake thing that's causing problems as well. Oh, he rolls, I forgot about that. But as I recall, his roll is offset by the inertia or the inherent momentum of your attacks as well, so you can actually slow him down too, especially if you have rapid fire mode or like shotgun spray. Very useful against that boss, very, very useful. The coat hanger, I think that's tears up, yeah, so that's actually exactly what I was looking for. You can see now we fire a lot faster. That's a really, really good buff to have considering we're doing a reasonable amount of damage and we get the tooth proc. So it's in our best interest to fire as rapidly as possible to refresh that proc over and over and over again. Suppose we'll go down and hope for the best. This should be, I think, where we fight Mom. We've got the Curse of the Unknown. What the Curse of the Unknown does is it makes it so that we don't know what the items are that we're picking up. I am going to go ahead and do this right here. Bob's Brain is fantastic. It's a really, really good item. You can see Bob's Brain right now. What Bob's Brain does is it zips out and it actually poisons and acts as a bomb. So it fires in the direction that I'm shooting tears. I think once per room or maybe twice per room. I don't know how quickly it refreshes, but Bob's Brain is one of my favorites. So yeah, it's multiple times in the room, in fact. And so if Bob's Brain collides with anything, it can actually be very, very helpful, like so. I don't know if we have to fight another boss right here. Yeah, it's a mini boss room. So we've got Super Monstro, or whatever the hell he's called. Monstro reincarnated. I've never seen him before. Oh no, Curse of the Unknown makes it so that we don't know how much health we have. That's what it does. So that's actually a tad more malignant, because I don't actually know. Let me go ahead and I'm going to throw Bob's Brain over there to clear them out, maybe. Possibly give me some more spiders to play around with or something. Oh god, that was bad. That would have hit me if he had actually put out projectiles that time. I'm going to try and stay mobile for right now and stay out of the cardinal directions with him, because that's going to end in pain and suffering. Insert quote in Yoda voice. Damn it. Okay, so we've taken more damage right there. The problem in this becomes that he is aggressively surrounding himself with a lot of ads, which becomes problematic. That's it? Okay, so we made it. We've restored a little bit of health. We've got a bomb. Stressful room for me. Very stressful room. Can I blow the doors off that? I'd rather test it out with a Bob's head than anything. What are these? I've never seen those before, so I'm not sure what to expect there. This game will kill you if you've never seen the enemies before. It can get bad. Okay, so there they are right there. They've actually reappeared. I'm gonna try and kill them. I've never seen those before, so yeah. Are you a wizard? So no, I don't want to use that. Also, that red fire right there will fire blood at me. Since we're a little bit low on everything, I am gonna go straight noob mode here and hit all of the flames. Everything in this game has a chance to drop something, basically. So, if you feel like you're fishing for goodies, you may want to consider, or at least if you're not sure what your status is, you may consider blowing up a whole bunch of stuff and maybe hoping that something drops. These spiders can be hazardous, and in fact, I think these spiders, along with the little tummy guys that fire the same beams, they're responsible for a large number of my deaths. That's going to be a health up, which is really good, because we were down to 1 heart. And so 2 hearts sounds absolutely fantastic. I'll take that. Got a couple of hearts right there that we could have used. These blue flames right here, if you blow them up with a bomb, sometimes they drop soul hearts, but we have no way to really access them, so I'm not going to concern myself with it right now. These guys, this should be a really, really easy mode room for us. This shouldn't be bad at all at this point in the game. There we go. We'll destroy the poos. We'll grab a freebie kibi. And we got the same room twice. I actually don't see that happen very often. I've seen it, but the same room... Oh, he blew up. Damn it. Okay, so that's bad. Get some health back. But yeah, the same room twice, strangely enough. Do I need that one too? I did need that one too, which meant my health was lower than I thought it was. This guy right here does something, and I don't remember what it is. I think it may be that he just charges you and then explodes and then lets out little worms that fart. There might be a room right here. Let's try it with... Yeah, there it is. We got a shovel, actually. The shovel is good because it allows you to skip levels, so that's cool. It's a reusable level skip. I think I like Bob's head better. I don't know if I should skip the level before I found the treasure room. Hold on. That might be a bad plan. It's in your interest to complete certain levels and not complete other ones. At least in my experience. There are some rooms that I like to skip, and there are some levels that I like to play out because there may be more loot. It depends if I have really weak tiers or not. If my tiers are weak, then I tend to play things out. I guess I'll take a chance on this card. Why not? We got the Magician. That makes us have homing bullets for one room. Or at least bullets that will curve precariously towards our enemies, which is really, really good for us. We actually have a good play right now. Revel in the Power of Darkness. I didn't know what that did, but apparently it... So what... I know what it did now that I see the effect, but anyways, when you use the Devil, it increases your attack power for one room by a substantial amount. So unfortunately, that was a buff we could have used for later on. Until I locate the treasure room... Ow. I don't know what just hit me right there, but it hit me. Until I find the treasure room, I don't tend to like to leave levels, so that's going to be remote explosives. Once again, another active ability when I was hoping to fish for a passive. I'm going to stick with this right here. The boombox right there, all that it does is it allows you to lay bombs down and then they never explode. And in that never exploding, it allows you a tiny bit of maneuverability. It's just remote detonation. That's all that it is in its most simplistic form. I guess I'll throw that out to there. Unfortunately, we're not getting lucky right now. I do have a lot of bombs, so I'm blowing these up for a reason, but unfortunately, we're not getting soul hearts. If we had the miter, we would have a better chance, but we don't have the miter, so unfortunately, we just kind of have to live with what happens, in essence, and kill him before he gets to us. Although, we've been very lucky with our pills so far. Lemon Party I'm going to just use, I guess. I don't know what my health status is right now. I'm going to go check these hearts over here, though, in this other room, and maybe consider... What was that? Are you a wizard? Yeah, I'd rather have Magician, to be honest. It said there's a heart in here. Can I use that? Yeah, I would prefer to use it if I can. And there's also an empty room over here. We're in a bad shape with regards to our health, but not in so terrible of a shape where I'm worried about taking on new rooms. I'm feeling pretty confident right now. There we go. Down he goes. I think that's another Lemon Party, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe I'll keep Lemon Party. Maybe we'll play around with Lemon Party. The bosses tend to be pretty big. And actually, I think we've got Mom on this one. So we may actually die right here. But it's not a bad run. I mean, considering I've only played the game a little bit. Alright, through the swastika room. It's definitely a swastika room if you look at it. Okay, and so we've got Mom. We'll see what happens with Mom right here. Although I can't guarantee any degree of success. I'm not very good when it comes to Mom. So unfortunately... This may not go according to plan. Yeah, I got stomped on. Luckily, we have cat hearts, so we can go again. It's not too bad, but one hit and we're down right here. I'm going to go Lemon Party right there and maybe try for some damage on that side. Maybe try for a little bit of damage over there. I'm going to try and stay moving. Try and get the eyeball right there. Footfall should be coming pretty soon, I think. Yeah, and so we got one hit left already. And we unfortunately have the detrimental effect of being injured by our own bomb on occasion. So, because she's confused, she may act a little bit out of the ordinary. God. Intensity. Gameplay intensifies, for sure. Alright, so we got that taken care of. I'm gonna push for... I was gonna try and push for a kill over there. There we go, got it. That's a new item that I've never seen before. A torn photo. Tears plus shot speed up. Oh my god, we are in the money right now. We are in the money. I don't know if there can be secret rooms in a boss room, but I'm gonna try. It looks like there cannot be. We should be in decent shape as far as I can tell. We're gonna be in the Womb 1 right now. Did we take a devil deal? I think we took a devil deal, so it'll probably... It depends if you're evil enough. If you're evil enough, it'll send you to hell. If you're sort of mediocre evil, the game just seems to sort of end, I think. I don't know why my spiders aren't really doing anything right now. Typically they run at the enemies and do a little bit of damage, but I'm not going to question it too heavily because they might stop if I don't. I could do an arena right now. Oh, red chests? Eh. Red chests are a little iffy. Sometimes they have troll bombs, sometimes they have spiders in them. But sometimes they have good things too, so, you know, it can be worth it to try, I guess. I'm gonna try and just machine gun these down. I think we... In fact, I may... I don't know if I have to fight somebody after him. I think I will. There we go. And so we got you now. Hold on. Oh, I missed! No! I am the worst. God. And so as you can see, bosses from earlier on in the game just become like normal mobs as you get further in. I don't know if I like that or not. It's not something that I really feel opinionated about, but... There we go. God, I love games where I get enough attack abilities. Like when I get games where I just get no attack ups and no attack speeds ups, it's just... It can be frustrating at times. It can definitely be frustrating at times when you can't get the item you want. I'm gonna try and kill him right now. These little wormy guys should just follow us around. They shouldn't be too much trouble though. There we go. A couple more keys and some more money. It looks like Isaac's sad now that he found a torn picture with Mom. That thing, I don't even know how to deal with that. My assumption is that, yeah, something bad's about to happen to me if it gets me pinned. That's kind of a nasty room right there. It's a real nasty room. In the interest of saving myself from using up one of my 9 lives, I'm gonna go back to the arena and grab one of these hearts up off the floor. There we go. And so we've only got 4 lives left. I'd like to keep them where they're at. Ow. I mean, or I can just play poorly right there and just get bum rushed. That is kind of a nasty room. That's a really nasty room. Oh my god. I've got to decide right now if I actually want to attempt that room or not. Let's go around it and see if maybe the boss room is over here. Because I would oh my god. I am just getting annihilated right now. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Oh, the room counted as cleared? Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like any such luck right there. I think we're gonna have to go this way. Nah, they got me. I got 1 life left, unfortunately. So really what I would prefer to do here is, yeah, something like that. See, so you slowly figure out the tactics for more confusing rooms. Like rooms that tend to be kind of nasty. Those little guys, you just don't want to break the chain on the wall, otherwise they'll be on you. Be on you real quick. These little guys, I would prefer to bum rush quickly. Luckily, my bomb decided to give me a little bit of leeway right there, or, you know, J-way, or I suppose Grant-way, if you really wanted to make it one of those historical jokes. Leeway, Grant-way, you know, you get what I'm going for. That down there, I don't think I could bomb my way to it, but actually, what's our luck right now? That may work out for us. Let's try and bomb our way to it. We've got pretty decent luck right now, so I think we might have a chance of actually getting something we could use out of it, like a bunch of soul hearts. And I don't see a problem with going for it. I want to be careful about that bomb over there, though. There we go. I'm going to gamble this thing up until it breaks, because we do have good luck right now. That's going to be pheromones. That doesn't do anything. Actually, no, pheromones makes it so everything in the room likes you and is on your side, so that probably actually would have been useful. Freebie heart right there. I'm actually, since we have the money, what I'm fishing for right now are soul hearts. And in fact, I don't even know if that can happen. Got a bomb right there. We got a fly is what that one looks like. You would think that there would be things in the way to stop you from doing this much, but frankly, if we've got cash to burn, so we may as well risk it. If I can get 3 or 4 soul hearts out of this thing, it would leave me feeling real happy. The bombs are appreciated, but not really what I'm searching for right now. We've got a cash advantage, so anything we can bulk up with is going to be helpful, so you'll forgive me as I do this for a moment. I would make a cut normally, but there's another luck up. That'll make our life a little easier. We'll go with Pretty Fly. Another heart. Luck up will make us gamble a little bit better, so if you're wondering why I'm getting so many positive results right now, it's because we've got luck up. Okay, so we got a fly right there. Spider took care of him, though. Well, I don't think... Maybe you can't get multiple soul hearts out of this. We may be better off waiting for another room and seeing what we can get out of it. Yeah, there's another Gertie or whatever the hell they're called. I don't know. I don't like them. We've got the pulse worm. So what the pulse worm does is if you take a look at our little tears right there, it makes them pulse. That's actually a pretty good item because it makes your shots larger. However, I think I'll stick with Rage. The ability to just mash my way through a room like this with no skill involved is actually pretty important. Got a coin out of that one. Okay, so this room's easy. Nice and easy. We got a couple nasty rooms in a row, but I think we'll be okay. These are just walking versions of the random little pustules and things that are all over. Oh, we've got an Isaac clone. Okay, I saw that at just the right moment. There's one room you can get where there's a clone of yourself that copies all your movements, but he's got rudimentary stats, so occasionally you can actually outrange him, and he's really, really easy, but if you end up with the wrong gear set, he can be a little bit odd. Yeah, see, that one had spiders in it, you see what I mean? And now we lost our soul heart. Balls. Okay. So... I'm gonna bring this strategy home, I think. I think I'm just gonna go for it. I mean, it is a strategy. It's what I would do if I was playing by myself, and so I think it's something that I'm gonna stick with. I'm semi-tempted now to go look around for, you know, anything else that might help along the way, but honestly, at this point, we're getting kind of down to D-Day here. So, yeah. Let's go fish around for secret rooms, then. There may be one here. There may be one here. Okay, so there's nothing there. There may also be one here. Kind of check these little corner rooms. Since we're almost at the end of our game anyways, I'm probably going to die soon. I don't have a problem spending a whole bunch of bombs trying to get things working. Or at least anything that might help us along the way with this final fight. We've got a boss right now that could be something pretty nasty. We're all out of rooms, so I suppose I'm just going to go for it. I'd love another soul heart. That's really all that I want right now. Just a little bit of extra padding in case something goes wrong here. And I almost just killed myself on a fly on accident. Oh no, there was a bomb right there! Oh, I thought it was dropping a bomb that I could pick up. Oh man, so that was our run of Binding of Isaac. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for Weekly Indie Newcomer, an extra long episode. I'm happy you decided to stay around. I'll see y'all next time. Let me know down in the comments below if you want me to upgrade, or I'm sorry, to upload the not safe for work streams that I've been doing of Binding of Isaac. I'll see y'all there. Bye, everybody.